I don't know. I just thought it was like a really gutsy performance. I thought nowhere close to perfect. You don't win the rebounding battle. You let a kid go off in the post, and Mariah Stewart I thought was really good. Kiki goes 2 for 15. So there was a lot of things that I thought we had to grind through. But what we spent the week talking about was just mental toughness in the sense of there's going to be all kinds of stuff that go on in a game. And I thought we gave into some of the stuff on the road the last couple of weeks where a bad call or I missed 3 shots or I traveled or he took me out or right. And those things can beat you down if you're not acting with toughness, right? And none of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is we're going to find a way to win. And I thought that was our priority today. And I think that's the reason we won is that a lot of this stuff could have rattled you. A bad call here. Peyton has 14 in the first half, doesn't score in the third quarter. Like, does she hang her head? Right? There's so many factors that can affect your toughness. And so I thought we were really resilient with that today. And I was proud of them for being gutsy and sticking this thing out.
How important is it this kind of back half of the season to have such a gutsy game and an important gutsy game at that? Yeah,
I mean, well, I'm going to give you that coach answer right here. Every game is important. See, isn't that great? Mm-hmm. But yeah, we needed this to get us standing back up, so to speak. And I'm not saying there's no bad teams in this league, but this obviously was if you look at the standings, a more meaningful game. It's a better team, right? So proving that we can stand with this team. Now you're standing up. Okay, now I think you can start to grow some confidence in what we're doing. And I hope anyway. And hopefully start to build the right momentum moving forward. And so I think we can take a lot of positives from this because I think they're a good team. I think I have a lot of their 3 losses before this were Troy twice in overtime, both of them, and a 1-point loss to Southern Miss, who's it's like they're a tough out. And I feel like at halftime, my feel was like he's just taking notes. Like he's just waiting. He's just taking notes. Okay, you're doing that. Okay, you're doing that. This is what I'm going to – that's how much respect I got from him. I've watched him come back from 10 down, 12 down. He doesn't bat an eye. And so I was glad we held strong when they tried to come back on us. And they did, really.
You mentioned that Kiki had some shooting struggles tonight. I saw that you went over and talked to her in the third quarter. What was that conversation like, and what did you see from her in the fourth quarter?
I'm just telling her she's strong, man, and that's it. Like to me, your shot, and I know, but like your shot should never dictate how you're playing, right? I really believe that, and my daughter plays 4th grade basketball, okay, and think about it. When you go up to my daughter and you're my father, let's say, right, or my father-in-law, it's like, hey, did you score? No, man, because like that's not what we're going to evaluate ourselves on, right? And I know Kiki has to score for us, but like that's not it for me. So it's like, yeah, you are a scorer, but whether you go 2 for 15 or 15 for 15, you got to play at this level, and that's where I think. I mean, that's an unfortunate shooting day for her, but I thought other than the first half, I thought it threw her a little bit off kilter. I thought she settled into that third quarter, fourth quarter. It was like, okay, I'm still going to do my thing. And she finds a way, right? She gets to the free throw line. She ends up with a double-double on a bad shooting day. That's the type of thing you have to become a pro, right? There's going to be you got to be smart. You got to be able to manufacture. I'll never forget Kirby Burkholder in the NCAA tournament. She had food poisoning the night before we played Gonzaga. And she was terrible from the field, but she had 28 and 18. She kept drawing fouls because she was like, yeah, I got to slow myself down, get to the free throw line. 28 and 18, by the way, stud. But anyway, so, yeah, I thought they did a good job with her. And I thought she really persevered through that tough part of her day. And that's why she's as good as she is.
So you put Kobe and Kiki in the starting lineup together.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said it was a gutsy game. Kiki didn't have her best shooting day overall, but was there anything that you liked about the two of them in the starting lineup together?
Yeah, I do. I think, obviously I think Kiki's our best 3, right? And so, we tinkered with some things, and I wanted to really show our team her unselfishness. I wanted a team first. So, like, that's a little bit about what we did. We pulled her out to see, could we get other people going? Could this show our people team first type of thing? But, she should be starting at the 3. So, and she had 2 doubles. She had 22 and 14 South out, and another double, 17 and 10, I think it was. But still could have played better. And so I'm just trying to figure out how this all fits together, because I think Kobe's extremely talented, and she showed that. 12 and 6 for her. It's another good game for her. And I can't, like, when I'm looking at this group, I still have one real substitution problem. It's like Caroline, Jamia, Peyton, and Kiki. There's 3 positions to play those 4 at. So Jamia had to sit the last 3 minutes of the game, where I think she played a great game. And now that Kobe was almost all 3 before, so now you're at 5. That's 5 people for those 3 spots. It's just not going to work. So we slid Kobe to the 4 a little bit to see if that would work, and we practiced all week, and I thought she adapted well. I like the both of them together. They're both big-time scoring threats. And so I think if we can settle into that and find our rhythm, I think it'll be good. I don't think Kiki's misses had anything to do with Kobe, right? I think it was just – I think their defense did a good job with her. They didn't get you a chair, Shane? Okay, fine.
Expanding on that a little bit, I'm not sure how many minutes you've had Peyton, Kobe, and Kiki all on the floor at the same time, but in the second half, it seemed like that trio was kind of getting good 3-point looks for Caroline, for Jamia. They got some when you were running pick and roll with those other 3. Mm-hmm. Is that something we'll see more of? Does that in fact get them better looks?
I think so. I think it's. I think Kobe's basketball IQ is extremely high, and I think her learning curve early was the speed in which I needed her to play. The defensive end, I needed her to play. Rebounding, she's had, I think it's 5 or more rebounds in the last 3 games, and I think she's played really well. But she passes well. She makes the right play. So now you have, I think, another person out there, Kobe, Kiki. Kiki's learning to make the right play. Sometimes she forces it, but she draws 8 fouls. And P's the same way, but they're so dynamic in so many ways, so versatile. It's a tough puzzle to put together sometimes, especially choosing between this one or that one. But the 3 of them I thought played really well together today, and I think hopefully will continue to. I guess the only other question, can I play Kobe at the 5 or something like that and just slide everybody in, That was close. It was close. But yeah, I think they're all really good basketball players, right? And so if Kobe continues to put up numbers like she has, what choices are you going to make, right? You got to make some choices of who you're going to, take something away from. So I was really pleased with her today. And this was 2 games in a row now finishing the game, which is a big steps forward for her.
And I don't know if you're at the point of scoreboard watching at this point in the season.
Not at all, but go ahead.
But, Troy lost tonight, gets you back within a game of them. After, having a little bit of a tough stretch on the road, does that kind of thing put a little bit more just pep in everybody's step where it's like, okay, now we're a game out? And
I hope not, in the sense of, like, I want to, like, we played this game and we talked a lot about it, it's generic, right? But like it's a championship game. So, like, can we play the next 5 games like that? Like, don't worry, like, look at the standings if you want, but, like, don't, it doesn't mean anything to us. Like, just win, right? And, like, if we can do that, and I know exactly what you're saying, like, oh, we can chase them, like, maybe that is. But, like, to me, it's like, no, we gotta win this game for this, not for anything else, not standings or no, just not the mid-major poll, right? No, that it's just focus all your effort on winning this game. Now, do I think some of our players can be motivated? Maybe.
Maybe a better way to put it is, does that legitimize that idea for them that, like, oh yeah, we did just win and now it's taking care of itself a little bit?
Maybe. I didn't love our team when we got on top, right? And I just thought I just didn't love now maybe it could just be the season, right? It's a long season. But I don't want the mentality of ever that. Right? Now, like, what if we catch Troy? What if Troy loses Saturday and we catch them? Are like, oh, we got it. Whew. We got it. We're cool. No, we're not. No, we are not, man. We are playing a championship game again next Thursday, right? Like, no, just this. So, yeah, I see your point, and I do agree a little bit. But, like, no, man. I'm not letting them go down that road.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned points in the paint and Mariah Stewart's night. What did you see, I guess, from Louisiana that kind of contributed to that? And, I mean, are there any adjustments you're thinking of making in future games to combat that?
Well, she kind of called my bluff, Stewart did, in the sense of we were really like, we were going to protect the paint, but only really on drives. I didn't, and this is, she proved me wrong, but, like, I didn't think they had a post that could get that sort of numbers. I really didn't. I thought, like, we can guard her one-on-one. They don't even start her. Ren is not that type of scorer either. So let's take that risk. Let's take away the perimeter. Let's not let their guards drive to the basket, and now you get driving kicks and stuff. So we were trying to pack the paint on drives, not as much on the post. And we were going to go one-on-one in the post, and she got us a little bit, but I thought there's a little give and take on that, right? It's like you maybe can't do both. Right, so let's take away these drives and these guards, which I think we did a decent job with. Not perfect. Obviously, Wheaton coming back doesn't help. He's a really good player, but Stewart hasn't shown a lot of that, and she showed it today, and so I give her credit. Now, big picture, yeah, we're having problems with bigs. We are, and so we've talked about a post double. And we've worked on it a little bit, but going into the tournament, we have to have that ready because there's some really good bigs in this league, and not to say our bigs are not, but man, there's some good bigs in this league. And the two teams, Georgia State really hammered us with it, and Coastal hammered us with it, where they played everything through the post, and we didn't have the answer. So good, you exposed me. I'll have my stuff ready for the tournament, but. I didn't think Mariah Stewart had it in her, and she did. So I was a little 30 points in paint's too much when that was a focus point too, but if 17 of those are hers, it's not as bad. It's not as bad.